Chapter 16, A Mouse in Love. Despereaux danced, flipped, and swooned all the way from P's bedroom to his own. Furlough waited for him at home. He wanted to hear more about how Despereaux had nibbled the page, and how it had been quite tasty too, with a fine snappy crunch. But Furlough heard something else entirely. "She was beautiful," said Despereaux, "like an angel." "You're crazy," said Furlough. "And she smelled so amazing," Despereaux continued, "like a garden." "Despereaux, you can't talk to a human. That's the worst thing you can do," Furlough said, throwing his paws up in the air. "No, it's the best thing I ever did. They'll throw you in a dungeon. You'll get eaten by rats." "It would be worth it," Despereaux said. "They could tear my flesh." He fell backwards his matchbox bunk bed and stared at the ceiling, lost in his own romantic tale. "Oh, this is bad," said Furlough. "And when she held me in her hand, it was so soft, like a floating pillow. You know what? I am worried about you." "That's the point, Furlough. Don't worry. There's nothing to be afraid of." "Quiet," Furlough pleaded. "They'll hear you." "Come on, just try it," said Despereaux. "Just for a second. Just try to be brave." At the sound of the word brave, Furlough hunched into a small, shivering ball. "And stop cowering," said Despereaux, which only made Furlough curl up tighter and cover his face with his paws. Furlough was known to have above-average cowering abilities, but what he heard next made him cower to his utmost potential. From the doorway came a sudden and very angry noise. "What's going on in here?" the voice demanded. The mice jumped and turned to see their father. "What's all this talk about princesses and bravery?" Lester said. Despereaux and the cowering Furlough looked at each other. What could they say? Lester Tilling had heard every word. "Furlough, I want to see you in my study," ordered Lester. "Right now." In the study, Furlough spoke to his parents. His word caused them to twitter and tremble. Lester paced back and forth, nodding occasionally and cringing often. But Furlough's last comment caused his father to stop in his tracks. "Are you sure?" Lester asked. That is what he said," answered Furlough. "A real human?" "A princess," Furlough said, hiding behind shaky paws. "We need to tell them. We need to tell the Mouse Council." "But they'll," Antoinette said, unable to finish. "This is bad," said Lester. "This is very bad. If they find out and they didn't find out, oh, then they'll find out that it was me who, oh no." But they will send him to the dungeon," cried Antoinette. He'll get eaten by rats?" Furlough asked hysterically. "No, not if we beg. If we really beg," said Lester, "and show them that he's changed, that he's afraid and he's turned into a real mouse and—" Furlough and Antoinette quivered with dread, afraid to watch what Lester was about to do next. "Despereaux!" Lester called. The Tilling house was silent. "Where is he?" Lester asked. Despereaux was not at home. Despereaux was, at that very moment, running back towards the mouse hole, towards the princess and light and adventure. Well, not so far away, someone watched the mouse flee. If only the mayor had not seen Despereaux leave, the next part of this story might have turned out quite differently.